Hey guys, this is WRockRamsKit here, back with another video. I've seen a couple YouTubers do this, so I decided to do this video as well. This is the top 5 best wrestlers I've met, or just the best experiences I've had. There's been a lot of wrestlers I've met that I've had to narrow this list down, which was very hard to do because I met a lot of big names. The one I will put for honorable mentions was Roman Reigns. I know a lot of people hate Roman Reigns, but truly, he was just one of the coolest guys I met. He was really down to earth, and he even let me talk to him. And we weren't supposed to talk to him at the time the line was going because he came in late, but he actually let me talk to him, which is why I'm putting him on an honorable mention, because it was really nice of him to do that. To start things off, I am going to put a picture of me with everyone else at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that if you want to see them. But number 5 is AJ Styles. I met him earlier this year in, I think May or March. It's going to be one of those two. There was a WWE house show that came to the Times Union Center, which I attended that night. He ended up doing a signing at FYE beforehand. You had to buy like a $30 bundle to just get an autograph from him, which I did. So I stood in line probably about an hour and a half before a signing, because I didn't know if you had the VIP, you didn't have to like wait in the ginormous line. You had a whole line for yourself. So it was a pretty long wait. He gets there, he's a little early, which is always nice to see a superstar do. I get up to him, I tell him that I followed him all throughout TNA and watched him on New Japan, and I was just a huge fan of his work overall, and was amazed when he finally hit WWE. And I've been wanting to meet him because I went to 3 TNA shows, but somehow he was never at any of those shows. And he just thought it was awesome that I went to TNA to see him, and that I followed him, and so we weren't supposed to get pictures. But he actually asked if I wanted a picture with him, and I was like, yeah, of course I do. I was with my boyfriend. My boyfriend's in all these pictures if you're wondering who the other person is. We took a picture with him, and then afterwards I had the WWE Championship fanny pack on, which if you notice I wear for everyone I meet because I just really like that. And he asked where I got it. And I told him, I go, it's just in this month's Slam Crate. And he goes, really? I didn't even know about it. I go, yeah, it was part of your t-shirt. He goes, I'm going to have to get myself one of those. And for him to just acknowledge something that I had on and really take the time out to do that, like, stood out a lot to me. Number 4 is the Boogeyman. Now, a lot of people are thinking, why would you put someone, like, not big on this list? I met him about a month ago. God, he was the nicest guy. He came all dressed in gear. The paint, the costume, like, everything you saw about the Boogeyman back in, like, 2007, that was just him in person. And he took the time out, personalized autographs. He made sure that you were happy with your picture. He let you take a picture when he was signing stuff. He didn't charge us for, personalizing it or even taking the time to have like a 10-minute conversation. He stopped the line for every single person, made sure they had a good time meeting him. And before you left, he goes, check your phone, make sure you like your pictures. Did you like how the autograph came out? Did you have a good experience? And he made sure you were generally really happy with him, which was amazing because most superstars just don't care. And he took the time out to do that, which meant a lot for him to do that to me. And especially, he came full gimmick. I mean, he was in his gimmick through and through, and that was amazing. So number 3 is going to be Tommy Dreamer. I met him around March, I think. Yeah, I'm going to say March or April I met him this year. Pretty much everyone on this list was just this year, except for the top 2. So he was at a Dynasty wrestling show, which is where I meet a lot of these people, like the Boogeyman. So I went to the show, and he was signing beforehand, and I got to his table, and he seemed like he just really wasn't in the mood to be there, and I'm like, oh, great. He's going to be one of those people that just say, where do you want me to sign it? Let's take a picture. We walked up to him. I got the Walking Dead, the bat. I don't really watch the show, but I got the bat for him signed. He thought it was the coolest thing ever. He had like a 10-minute conversation with us about it. And he went on his phone and showed us pictures of him like photoshopped into The Walking Dead and made it really personal. And then I told him about a couple things on why we really wanted to meet him and how like he's helped me and my boyfriend through a lot, because my boyfriend loves ECW, so I watch it all the time. And instead of taking money from us, he gave us the money right back and refused to take anything from us. He gave us a free t-shirt with his autograph on it on top of that, and we took like 3 pictures. And then the next day I tweeted him, and he tweeted us back and said like how nice it was for him to meet us, which was the nicest thing he could have done. And He was generally so nice. He could have charged us like $40 for a shirt and to meet him, and he didn't charge the damn thing. So that's why he's number 3. Number 2 is Chris Jericho. I met him twice. This is going to be the experience from the second time. And the first time was great, but the second time was way better. I met him at when he was doing Talk of Jericho. It was down in New York City last year. My first ever trip to New York City, even though I live in New York. It was at this weird underneath theater. It was awesome though. It was him and Christian. They were just interviewing each other. He came around the tables and he personalized an autograph for me. I didn't even ask. He asked what my name was. He asked if I've ever met him before, and I said yes. I met him when Fozzy played the Uproar Festival, and he asked where, and I told him, and I said I was a huge fan of Fozzy. I own all your CDs. And then we just got talking for like 5 minutes, and the way you meet Chris Jericho, you feel like you kind of knew him his entire life. Like, I talked to him, and I felt like he was like a cousin or uncle or something. Like, there's no difference in between you and him. He makes everything feel very personal, very down to earth. He autographed the book that I read. He put my name on it, which I didn't see him personalize any other autographs at the table. And then he took a couple of pictures with me before, which he was not supposed to do, but I got some anyways. And then you went up to take a professional photo, and because I already had photos, I said I don't need another professional photo. And that's the time he was doing like this wrestling rock cruise ship thing, and I talked to him about it, and he was even more impressed that I knew that. And for him to see that someone like genuinely cared, he seemed really happy about it, and he was such a down-to-earth guy. So that's why he's number 2. And number 1 is the Hardy Boys. Now I've seen a lot of people put the Hardy Boys on the worst list. I've met them. I met Jeff twice. Matt once. First time I met Jeff, yeah, it was terrible. TNA. Don't meet people through TNA. But second time, amazing. It was with Northeast Wrestling, one of the best, things that come around here, and I paid like $80 to meet them, which is Hardy Boys. It's okay. It's $80. So we go up to their table. The line was pretty long, but I didn't care. I talked to them a little bit, told them about how I watched them throughout the years and everything. And it wasn't really that experience that really stood out with me. It was the experience of my boyfriend meeting them, because he was like the biggest Jeff Hardy fan you ever met. I mean, like, he bought the wristbands, like the arm things, just because it was Jeff Hardy. So he just pretty much talked to them, and they autographed 2 things for us. They personalized it. They didn't have to, but they did. And then we got 3 pictures with them. We were only supposed to get 1. And they made you feel like you were special. And not a lot of wrestlers have that, but they really did. They talked to us. They told us, like, to watch the show, keep watching wrestling, thank you for supporting them. And it was one of those things where after you met them, you just felt so good about meeting the Hardy Boys. You're like, holy crap, I just met the Hardy Boys. It's just one of those things that's all you could think about was, I just met the Hardy Boys. Like, wow. And they were so nice, and it was unbelievable. Just like, they're huge stars. They could have charged $100 and $120, and they didn't. And then they gave us extra stuff on top of that. It was amazing. They weren't with the deletion character or the obsolete character, whatever you want to call them, broken gimmick. And they were just like the Hardy Boys, down to earth. Didn't really have anything going on at the time. That was like right when Matt dyed his hair, so I asked him about that, and he said something big was coming up, but he didn't tell me. And Jeff was pretty much like talking about his artwork and his music, because I draw a little bit, and they really made everything really special. So yeah, these are the top 5 people to recap. AJ Styles, Boogeyman, Tommy Dreamer, Chris Jericho, and the Hardy Boys. Comment below your top 5. Comment your top 5 wrestlers you met down below. I will check it out. And if you have any stories or anything about I said that you want to comment, I'll read that. Make sure to like this video and subscribe, because as always, more to come.